Janet, downside surprise. We've seen similar stories emerge in the United States. Do you have confidence that the next move from this ECB is a rate cut and that move might be just around the corner?
I'm pretty confident that the next move will be downwards from the ECB, but I suspect it won't be quite as soon as the markets are now pricing in. Looking at it, it seems to be there's a 50-50 chance now of a rate cut as soon as March. I think there'll be a sigh of reassurance across the ECB that they don't have to continue to tighten policy. But remember, it was only in the last few days that there was talk of bringing forward the halt to reinvestment of the PEP programme. So I think, yes, the next move is down, but more likely it still will not be in the first half of 2024, and we'll have to wait a little bit longer.
Do you think, Janet, that's because inflation's not going to come down enough, or do you think it's just because of the conditioning of ECB members from getting it so wrong in terms of how quickly inflation accelerated on the way up?
I think inflation is still too high. I mean, that's a fantastic print. Everyone's over the moon that we got a 2.4% print on inflation from the Eurozone, and a downside surprise in core inflation as well. But core inflation is still running at 3.5%. And also, we know that November is the trough. Headline inflation is probably, just given the base effects, going to start rising again from December. We are optimistic that core inflation does continue to edge somewhat lower over the course of the next few months, but it will still be too high, and ECB members are still watching those wage numbers. And actually, the latest print on negotiated wages, so that kind of stickiness that we often see in the Eurozone, is likely to keep certain areas of core inflation somewhat elevated. And, it's fair to say that for the last few years, remember, inflation's been above target for over 2.5 years, they know which way the risks are still skewed. If they need to, they can cut interest rates aggressively. We don't expect that. So the reaction function matters. But for now, inflation is still too high, even if moving in the right direction.